Viewers, a heartwarming video of an army captain proposing to his girlfriend, and the video, that's the video, has taken the internet by storm. In uniform, as you can see him on one knee, this brave officer showed the nation that he stands tall both in duty and in love. Our soldiers, after all, are not just heroes on the border. They are also men with hearts full of courage and romance. Now, this video has sparked a beautiful debate. Is this a celebration of humanity and love, or does it cross the line of military discipline? There are people who are asking, should we salute this officer's romantic gesture or question it? So let's open this up quickly. Dr. Ranganathan stays on. Lieutenant General Raj Shukla is joining us. Lieutenant General D.P. Pandey, Major Manik Jolly, Air Vice Marshal P.K. Srivastav, and my colleague Shreya Dhondial also joining me here in the studio. Shreya, to you first, what do you make of this, the outrage around this video? What's wrong?
Well, I found a lot wrong. I'm sure the gentlemen are free to disagree with me. But the fact is, first of all, wishing Captain Bharadwaj and his fiancée all the very best. May they have a long, happy life. But the officer needed to realize that he is in uniform. The fact is that this was a passing out parade. And this was not the time or the place for tamashabazi. Look, he's an officer, as I said, in uniform. He's not a civilian or an influencer who earns his or her daily bread dancing in front of dancing at civilian airports or doing yoga in front of the Taj Mahal. He's an officer, and that uniform that he's wearing, and you're seeing that on your screens, comes with decorum, comes with discipline. More importantly, it comes with tradition. आपने propose करना था, आपको वही दिन मिला था propose करने के लिए, great, but you could have done it quietly. The fact is, you made a whole tamasha out of it. Okay. You posed in front of the helicopter at the tarmac. It's an important day for you. भाई side में ले जाके propose कर देते.
Helicopter और tarmac पे क्या problem है?
मौका था क्या ये? And is this tradition? Is this tradition? Is this decorum?
Okay. General Shukla, you go first, sir. What do you make of this?
See, let me draw a parallel between combat and romance. So combat is least about rules. It is about ferocity, imagination, doing the unexpected. And just as there is no rule book for combat, there is no rule book for romance.
So, sir, ऐसा है that
please understand
the Army Day parade. Sir, abhi Army Day parade is going to come. You say कि there is no tradition, and romance has no rules. तो आप कर दीजिए उनकी शादी Army Day parade.
Let him speak.
Can I finish, my dear? Please
yes.
listen
yes, sir,
to me.
you can. You can, please.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. So let me make it this point that the army is about grand ethos. It is least about petty rules. The army is about free-thinking goats. It's not about dumb-dar sheep. I've been a helicopter pilot myself, and when I saw this video, first I said, let me not comment. But when it went viral, I said, I should comment. I was in Bagdogra. I had got recently married, and I couldn't see my wife off in the morning because I had a flight. And the squadron commander asked me on the chopper, have you said goodbye to your wife? I said, no. He said, I'll put you through the ATC and through the Air India pilot. And, a message was conveyed. It made her feel good. It made me feel good. So let's stop being petty. That's my point. The army is about grand ethos. Let me make two connected points. If you are to, I am not interfering with the discipline and propriety of the army. That is for the commanders in the chain to make a decision, but I'm just commenting on the fracas on the social media. If the army was about these petty rules, you would not have produced Sam Manekshaw. You would have not produced Sagat Singh. And let me give you one example from Sagat Singh. Sagat in 1971 is told by Jagdeep Singh Arora that you will not cross the Meghna. And Sagat, when he comes to the Meghna as the co-commander, he tells his boss, the General Arora, that, sir, I am at the Meghna, I see Dhaka beyond, and I see India's geopolitical prospects. I'm crossing the Meghna in defiance of orders. So the army is much larger than petty rules. It is about ethos. There is a great sense of right and wrong.
Right.
But we are not babus. This is not babudom.
Okay.
And so that is the point I would
General
like to make.
Pandey, what is your sense of this?
Yeah, Shreya being there, and she is herself from a very illustrious military background. Let me just put one thing very clear. The moment I saw this video, I just said, "Jo main nahi kar saka, wo is bande ne karke dikhaya." Right? And I wish I had half the courage of this young man to have done whenever, we are possibly from a generation where we have been bound, tied, mouth shut, eyes closed. Maybe we could have done all this. Second, I just want to just share one little perspective. If this guy, if this young captain is not going to take a risk of his career, of his future, in this one small step, like it may be a life-changing step for him when he gets married or whatever. But the fact is, are we expecting him to follow SOPs and processes and procedures
Right.
In war, in combat?
I get the larger point you're
the guys
making,
who
and
are
it's an
choosing
important one.
Pranesh, why don't you ask the generals? Why don't you ask the generals if they would have done
No, he
when
said.
when they were young and
No,
what
he said
they,
now he wants to do
and
it.
what
Only
they would have done if
you
youngsters.
can't go back in time.
But what
General Pandey said
General
that
Pandey,
he's
what
happy
would you
that-
have done if a youngster under you had done what this young man did? I wish him all the best. अब मेरे से मेरी opinion पूछी जा रही है, which is why I'm giving it. I thought it was फालतू की नाटकबाजी and ड्रामेबाजी. But what would you have done if an officer under you had done what this gentleman has done?
Yes,
So you would have pulled him up.
No,
Let him decide what he would have done, ma'am.
नहीं, अब तो he's being politically correct.
नहीं,
ना?
नहीं, let him
No,
decide.
Shreya, I will tell Pranesh, I will tell you what I would have done. I'll just come about it. Let's look at it this one facet. Any national security loss in this act? None, right? Cheetah is, I think Shreya would have said in this chopper multiple times, there's nothing very great. Is there is an event which is going on, is the march past is happening when he's standing in front of the march parade and thereafter he's doing this act? I don't think so. The event has got over, but
Right.
it is over. It's a break time. It's a tea time. Everybody is celebrating an event. There is an excitement going out. He goes out, proposes to his girl. I have always thought, you are asking me, Shreya, I have always thought that why not in Indian Army, Air Force, Navy? The whole world is jealous of this uniform. Why cannot they go and get married in uniform? Why should they not go to?
Yeah, why
the
not
National
flaunt it
War
when they're
Memorial?
proud of,
Why
the
should-
uniform? That's a
it's
great
really
point.
proud.
And, I agree with General Shukla when he says combat and love, there are no rules. Now, Air Vice Marshal Srivastava, do you see this differently, sir? Tamasha lag raha hai aapko bhi?
Pranesh, I have not been able to hear the co-panelists, while I can hear the production side very well. So as I get my opinion may be stand alone, not listening to anybody. So I think, in my opinion, Army is extremely well known, respected within the country for three things. You carry your dignity, your discipline, and primarily discipline and devotion to the nation. Whenever there is any kind of mistrust in other institutions, Army is called in. And also you must know that this in full regalia, in a lot of places, one of my friends who was a flying officer, Jacob, in Kerala, he walked the aisle with the to-be bride, and when they're in full uniform, those were the formal occasions. The difference here is of two things. One is the social media. What this captain has done is not only he pictured there, we go to static display, we go to parades. I was in Air Force Academy and we had n number of parades, passing out parades. And we with family, we take photographs. It's for the personal and private circulation, not for
Sir,
social
the
media
parade, no 1 minute, sir, the parade is broadcast to the whole of the world. What are you saying? You can take pictures and not make them public, but the equipment on display is for everyone to see. So I don't understand that point, but you have your, you have a right to your opinion. Major Jolly, quickly, we don't have much time.
Yeah, hi. So I'll just take a devil's advocate stand here. I mean, Army is a very process and result-oriented organization. Everybody is praising this guy and going. I have a question to ask. How far are we willing to go? Tomorrow, a soldier sitting on T-72, a Jawan, asks in the local language a girl passing by, will you marry me? Will you be okay with that? And in absence, there is actually no law here or a rule that I have read in my life. You cannot propose to somebody in uniform sitting on a display chopper. So there is nothing precise there. It was kind of an initiative that the youngster took, and best wishes to him. But still, it's an
No, but Major Jolly, this is not some cat call or eve teasing. So I don't understand that example. Dr. Ranganathan, very quickly, and then I'll give the last word to General Shukla. He's been wanting to say something.
Yes, dare I use the cliche, everything is fair in love and war. But it is a hallowed company that I have right now. All the panelists either are military decorated generals or, like my good friend Shreya, belong to an extremely illustrious military family. I don't know how Major General Dhondial proposed or got proposed to. But the fact remains, it is an absolute joy.
With my grandfather making reels, my problem is with the performativeness, sir, of what happened.
No, but look, it is an absolute honor to belong to a country that has this military. And I think just looking at their faces, I felt a surge of joy. Just look at how graceful the couple looks. It's absolutely nothing off. In fact, I loved it so much, I would want to propose it that every time a military officer wants to propose, it should be proposal should be like this.
Okay. General Shukla, you have the last word, sir.
So my last word is a quote from Sam Manekshaw. I mean, I'm just paraphrasing him, but I've seen this in one of our messes. He says, he who neither drinks, nor smokes, nor dances, nor philanders is maybe a Mahatma, or more likely a social humbug, but he won't make a good soldier. I mean, that's the point. Such a petty thing, a small thing. I'm making this point. The army has a huge sense of right and wrong.
Right.
But it is about grand ethos, the majesty of law, and not petty rules. The problem with India is that we've got so caught up in petty rules. Look at our procurement. You have created all these rules so that no procurement occurs. And every year you take 4 rules off and think you've done great reform. This great pettiness, obsession with rules is my problem.
No, then
the army, as I keep
then,
saying,
gentlemen, I will propose that the young couple.
And now this, extending this argument.
Gentlemen, then I will propose that the young couple, with all your blessings, gets married, at the Army Day parade function.
Okay.
Pranesh, it is
use
said,
your good offices, speak to the, the people in power and get this done.
Pranesh, it is said, mauka hai aur dastoor bhi hai. In this case, neither mauka tha aur dastoor to certainly.
We've run out of time, but who would have thought that we would have such a spirited debate on this? Thank you, Shreya Dhondial and gentlemen for joining us on this one. The news are with Navita Kumar on the other side.